One tribe, one nation. 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 One nation. One nation. One tribe, one nation. One nation. One tribe, one nation. One tribe, one nation. One nation. One nation. One tribe, one tribe, one nation. One tribe, one nation. One tribe, one nation. One nation. One tribe, one nation. One tribe, one nation. One nation, one tribe, one nation, one nation, one tribe, one nation, one tribe, one tribe, one nation, one tribe, one nation, one nation, one tribe, one nation, one tribe, one tribe, one nation, one tribe, one nation, one nation, one tribe, one nation, one tribe, one tribe, one nation, one tribe, one nation, one nation, one tribe, one nation, one tribe, one tribe, one nation, one tribe, one nation, one nation, one tribe, one nation, one tribe, one tribe, one nation, one tribe, one nation. One nation, one tribe, one nation, one nation, one tribe, one nation, one tribe, one nation, one tribe, one nation, one tribe, one nation, one nation, one nation, one tribe, one nation, one tribe, one nation, one tribe, one nation, one nation, one nation. One tribe, one tribe, one nation, one tribe, one nation, one nation, one tribe, one nation, one tribe, one tribe, one nation, one tribe, one nation, one tribe, one nation, one tribe, one nation, one nation, one tribe, one tribe, one nation, 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 one nation, one tribe, one tribe, one nation, one tribe, one nation, one nation, one tribe, one nation, one tribe. One tribe, one nation, 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 one tribe, one tribe, one nation, one tribe, one tribe, one nation, one tribe, one nation, one nation, one tribe, one nation, one tribe, one tribe, one nation, one tribe, one nation, one nation, one tribe, one nation, one tribe, one tribe, one nation. One tribe, one nation, one nation, one tribe, one nation, one tribe, one tribe, one nation, one tribe, one nation, one tribe, one nation, one nation, one tribe, one nation, one tribe, one tribe, one nation, one tribe, one nation, one nation, one tribe, one nation, one tribe, one tribe, one nation, one tribe, one nation, one nation, one tribe, one nation, one tribe, one tribe, one nation, one tribe, one nation, one tribe, one nation, one nation. One tribe, one nation, one tribe, one tribe, one nation, one tribe, one nation, one nation, one nation, one nation, one tribe, one tribe, one nation, one nation, one tribe, one nation, one tribe, one nation, one tribe, one nation, one nation, one tribe, one nation, one nation, one nation, one nation, one nation. One nation. Hello.
Hello, Lilo.
One tribe. One nation. One nation. One tribe. One nation. One tribe. One nation. One tribe. One nation. One nation. One nation. One tribe. One nation. One nation. One nation.
Tunataka mtu mwenye anaweza tusivia petition. And I hope so.
One tribe.
One nation. One nation.
One tribe.
One nation.
One tribe. One nation.
One tribe.
One nation.
One tribe.
One nation.
One tribe.
One nation.
One tribe.
One nation.
One tribe.
One nation.
One tribe.
One nation.
One tribe.
One nation.
One tribe.
One nation.
One tribe.
One nation.
Comrades, viva viva viva!
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 Tutulie kidogo. Mwenye anakuja ku receive petition, akuja tu receive hapa, ni sawa?
Yes.
One nation. One tribe. One nation.
Aambie wa Kenya kwa nini anatumia gazeti kueneza propaganda. Na pia tunataka Communication Authority of Kenya Director pia yeye akuwe summon. Kwa nini anakubali a certain media station ieneze propaganda akitumia gazeti kama kitengo cha siasa. That's why tumeemphasize Article 35. Yes. Sasa wametulia. Sasa
at least ndio wasonge pande ndio wasifunge barabara. Mwende side moja ndio wasifunge barabara. Ndio ngositi yote hiyo. Acha kama kichwa. Ndio nasema unajua asiwe nikuja kujaribu ni expect ya connect. That is like Felix. Sasa ngoja kidogo ndio wengine. I think next week.
ndani tunapata huko ndani kwa sababu tunachagua watu na tunakuja kuwaongea hapa. One tribe, one nation. 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 Time and is obsessive. No. There's no way it's going. Here, you eat on the position, you go away. There's nothing like going there.
Okay, let's see. Acha tuone kama watu watano.
Yes, watano.
Give a leadership. Tunakubaliana watu watano waingie ndani tuendelee. Ni sawa?
Mtu mmoja au watu watano kweli?
Ati mtu mmoja.
Au watu watano.
Mmoja amepeleka.
One nation, one tribe, one nation, one tribe,
Five tribe,
One nation.
five tribe,
One nation.
Thank you very much. My name is Anthony Karumba, of course, the Deputy President, Five Tribe Kenya. And as you know, right from the year 2024, in the month of June, we went to the streets. We as the young people, the Gen Zs, millennials, young dreamers, rural and urban, everybody, because of fight for end of corruption, advocating for good governance, and asking for transparency and accountability from the leaders. And this is not just from the leaders alone, but also even the stations and everybody else. And now today we want to say the fight is not over until it's over. Five tribe,
One nation.
And we say that the young people of Kenya, we are the corruption watchmen of this nation. And therefore, anytime we see corruption or anybody trying to rob and sabotage our future, it's our mandate to stand and call them out. Five tribe,
One nation.
And of course, without wasting time, I want actually to introduce the leadership of the Five tribe, right from actually our Secretary General, Immaculate Irungu.
Good afternoon.
fine.
I'm Immaculate Irongo, the Secretary General of Vibe Tribe. Vibe Tribe,
One nation.
Vibe Tribe,
One nation.
Today we are delivering a petition, and I will deliver a speech on behalf of the Vibe Tribe. Fellow Kenyans, we gather today at a time when the very pillars of our democracy, truth, transparency, and freedom of information are being tested. Our media, once hailed as the guardian of public interest, is now under serious scrutiny. Recent events have raised grave concerns regarding the influence of shareholders over standard group media and how this influence is shaping the narrative presented to millions of Kenyans. Instead of informing, enlightening, and empowering the people, we have seen reports that undermine national values, endanger public order, and erode democratic stability. When citizens are denied access to accurate and verifiable information, they are denied the power to make informed decisions about their country and their future. This is not just a media issue, it is a national crisis. As Vibe Tribe, we cannot remain silent when democracy is at stake. We must act decisively, firmly, and within the law to restore confidence in the Fourth Estate. Therefore, we demand the following: summon the Media Council of Kenya, summon the Communication Authority of Kenya, summon Standard Media Group, summon the leaders involved. We are not here to silence the media, for media freedom is a cornerstone of our freedom and democracy. But freedom without responsibility is dangerous. The people of Kenya deserve nothing less than the truth. Thank you.
Vibe Tribe,
One nation.
One
Vibe Tribe,
nation,
one tribe.
All right, let me now introduce our national coordinator, Ashley.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ashley. I'm the national coordinator of the Vibe Tribe. And today, ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you as a concerned citizen and as the Gen Z youth movement to raise a matter of urgent national interest. The gross misconduct and the failure of accountability within the Standard Group PLC. We have witnessed increasing political interference in media operation led by its controlling shareholder Gideon Moi. Its influence threatens the journalistic integrity, editorial independence, and the credibility of the media sector. Allegations of unethical practices, including conflict of interest, regulatory non-compliance, and suspect links to illicit activities such as human trafficking, cannot be ignored. We demand that Parliament investigate these issues thoroughly and that the Media Council of Kenya and the Communication Authority enforce compliance without fear or favor. Let us restore public trust in the media. Let us uphold transparency, accountability, and the rule of law. Thank you.
Vibe Tribe,
One nation.
One nation,
One tribe.
Do you have any issue about national
Vibe Tribe,
One nation.
I will advise because there is still one person who needs to address the media first, so that we can take on questions once and for all. Just for him.
Okay. Vibe Tribe,
One
nation.
One tribe,
One nation.
I want to address here from the parliament that weaponizing of the media. The media has been weaponized by the political class. We have sampled a few and we have reached to consensus that standard media, it's being used by the political class to send their agenda. Because we have seen what standard always posts has a lot of negativity and impact people in our current society. And I want to tell the standard that we will not accept as young people, because media stand as the only last top grass. We saw during the previous protest, media played a very major role to protect us people who are on the street. And now the political class they have merged and they're now using the media to sell their own agendas. Us as people from the vulnerable societies, we are being left at a dim light, and now we are telling standard, let it mature, and we are asking the government and the parliament to summon all the CEOs from the media standard to explain to Kenyans why are they using the media station as a political tool. Thank you.
Vibe Tribe,
One nation.
Just to stress the point, we have so many issues within the country, national interest. Kando na hiyo mambo ya standard media, mambo ya control, mambo ya sharia.
Vibe Tribe,
One nation.
One nation,
One tribe.
Nikianzia na hiyo story ya corruption, tulisikia president akisema mambo ya hongo ndio imejaa hapa parliament. Na mimi nikaambia vijana wenzangu, nitajaribu nipitie hapa parliament niangalie mahali watu wanachukuanga hongo, pia mimi nichukue nileta wapi. Bahati mbaya nikasikia hiyo hongo inapatiangwa kulingana na venye watu wanajuana. Vibe Tribe,
One nation.
One nation,
One tribe.
Nikiaddress mambo ya SHA, nitarudi nyuma in 2023. Sasa zenye SHA ilikuwa NHIF. I took a petition to court, petition number 151 of 2023. Nikijaribu kuexplain venye pesa zinapotea za Wakenya. Vibe Tribe,
One nation.
One nation,
One tribe.
Tukiendelea mambo ya SHA, I have already taken a petition to court emphasizing kama nimeshtaki Ndwale nikiongelelea mambo ya venye pesa inapotea. There is someone who took a petition to court in Eldoret. Na zile committee zenye Ndwale alikuwa ali-appoint, koti ikasema alifanya in illegal way. Na sasa mimi kama president wa youth nikasema lazima tupeleke petition kotini juu Ndwale afai kuwa kwa hiyo ofisi. Vibe Tribe, one nation. This country we have so many people wenye wamesomea mambo ya medics. It is so very wrong for our president achukua mtu tu wote akuje oversee a medical institution. And I'm saying this, Article 43 of the Constitution of this nation give us a right to health. It is very wrong that health sector of this nation depending in how rich you are. Ule mtu mrich anaenda Nairobi hospital na wale watu poor wanaenda kwa clinic. That's why sisi kama vijana tunasema uongozi lazima tuuchukue ndio tuweze kulainisha hii nchi. Hii nchi ikuwe nchi yenye unaweza access quality medical regardless of your race, tribe and anything you are. Vibe Tribe, one nation. One nation, one tribe. Nikimalizia na historia standard. It is very wrong for someone kutumia a media platform kujikampenia nayo. And I'm appealing to Mr. President. Standard belong to your fellow tribesmen. Kama mmekosana na huko, muitane na huko, mwende mkae chini kuliko kueneza propaganda na kumislead wa Kenya. Vibe Tribe, one nation. One nation, one tribe. Na kwa sababu hii ni kitu yenye tumeona for the longest time, for more than 1 year. That's why tumekuja hapa parliament. Kwa sababu sisi kama wananchi hatuwezi kuja kujirepresent sisi wote. The reason why we elect parliamentarian is so that wanaweza kuja kuturepresent hapa. So tunawaomba msummon hadi president, msummon Gideon Moi, wakuja watuambie vita ni ya nini na ulikosania wapi. Ndio waacha kueneza propaganda wakitumia kwa gazeti ya Standard. Kwa sababu leo ni Standard, kesho itakuwa Nation, kesho kutwa itakuwa Taifa. We need to be getting information venye inapaswa kuwa. Vibe Tribe, one nation. One nation, one tribe. As we move forward, mashida za hii Kenya ni nyingi sana. And we are saying hatutaki kuinherit zile mashida zenye tunaweza deal nazo saa hizi. And that's why we are trying with our strength to make sure zile issues zenye tunaweza deal nazo tuweze kudeal nazo. Ikikataa 2027 uongozi itakuwa ni ya vijana, kwa sababu vijana ni 70% of the population of this nation. Na saa hizi washani trust kama kiongozi wao. Tunawaambia mkuwa na faith kidogo. Hizi mashida ni mingi. Tukiingia kwa mambo ya chakula, tukiingia kwa mambo ya kazi, na tukiingia kwa kila kitu. Tutakuwa na strategy na tuko na blueprint yenye itaponya Kenya kwa mashida zenye Kenya inapitia for the next like 50 years. Vibe Tribe, one nation. One nation, one tribe. Asanteni sana. Mungu abariki Kenya na Mungu abariki wote.